UCLA football is in a tailspin this season, which happens to be the first since Chip Kelly took over for Jim Mora Jr. Assuming the Bruins lose on Saturday to number 10 Washington, they will start the season 0-5 for the first time since 1943. So what exactly is wrong with UCLA football this season under Chip Kelly? UCLA has a young and inexperienced defense that has played a huge part in why teams like Fresno State can put up 38 points on them at the Rose Bowl. Out of the four games UCLA has played this season, the defense gave up 151 total points. That means that they're giving up an average of around 37 points per game, which wouldn't be that bad if they weren't scoring a measly 17 points per game. First of all, they only have 2 seniors and 9 juniors on the entire offense, which is comprised of 47 players. That means that about 4% of their defensive players is a senior, and only 23% is an upperclassman. The offensive line has been a huge problem for the Bruins, and their inexperience as well as the lack of talent and oftentimes motivation is troubling. Of their 16 offensive linemen, only one of them is a senior, and 9 are freshmen. Obviously, not all of them are going to get playing time, but that's problematic because Chip Kelly was announced head coach of UCLA on November 25, 2017, so he didn't even recruit most of these freshman linemen. When you have players who expected to play under Jim Mora Jr., the man who recruited them, and all of a sudden they're now playing for an 0-4 Chip Kelly team, morale will not be good. Great quarterbacks and great running backs are made off the work of their offensive lines. Take the Dallas Cowboys. They went 13-3 with 11 consecutive wins in Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott's rookie season. That team had 3 first-team All-Pro linemen. In the next season, Dallas lost Doug Free and Ronald Leary, their offensive line coach, as well as their offensive line coach, and as a result, they went 9-7. This season, they lost center Travis Frederick due to a medical condition, and already the effects have showed with poor offense. The offensive line matters in football, and UCLA has a young, subpar offensive line right now. Another reason for UCLA's struggles is that they replaced Josh Rosen, currently an NFL starting quarterback, with Michigan transfer Wilton Speight. Speight is decent, however, he's missed 3 of UCLA's first 4 games due to injury. The quarterback which started the other 3 games is Dorian Thompson-Robinson, an unexperienced true freshman who many UCLA fans were excited about to start this season, but he was supposed to fit into Chip Kelly's system a few years down the line. DTR is extremely agile and athletic, a great college quarterback for the future, but one thing I noticed is that he's not great when it comes to hitting receivers in stride. Nonetheless, let his own line develop, and UCLA may be at the top of the Pac-12 in 2 or 3 years. The final reason that UCLA has been so bad is that Chip Kelly's offense has changed since his days at Oregon. In 2011, when Oregon lost the BCS National Championship, the Ducks ran about 1.59 times as much as they passed. In 2015, when Oregon lost again in the National Championship, this time with Marcus Mariota at the helm, Chip Kelly had a coach who fit his system at the peak of his college football ability. Despite having a quarterback who threw for 42 touchdowns and 4 interceptions that season, Oregon ran the ball 1.36 times as more than they passed it. This season, UCLA has a true freshman quarterback who started 75% of their games thus far, and they run the ball only 1.15 times as much as they pass it. So what this means is that the offense has changed in terms of how much they run the ball compared to how much they pass it, and not in a good way. This is with a quarterback who doesn't throw 10.5 touchdowns for every interception like Mariota did in 2015, but instead has thrown just 1.5 touchdowns for every interception while filling in for the starter, who has just 1 pick and no touchdowns this season. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more things like this, make sure to subscribe. If you agree or disagree about anything, make sure to let us know down in the comments below or at thegamedaynetwork@gmail.com.